In this video, we'll be revealing the critical Roth IRA rule that we tell every single one of our clients who are age 62. A rule that could save you thousands in unexpected taxes right when you're starting your retirement. Through working with hundreds of clients approaching retirement, we discovered that most 62-year-olds make a dangerous assumption that after turning age 59 and a half, it means they can access their Roth accounts completely tax-free. Well, this misunderstanding of the 5-year rule has triggered many large tax bills that could have been easily avoided. That's why we're making this video today, to share the exact same Roth advice we give all our clients. Explain why this age 62 is a perfect time to consider this advice, and to show you how this could dramatically improve your retirement tax situation. So let's just get right into it. At age 62, many people assume they've cleared that major Roth hurdle, age 59 and a half. They're over the penalty-free age for retirement account withdrawals, so Roth IRA funds should be fully accessible, right? Well, not quite. There's a lesser-known rule that catches many retirees by surprise, and that's the 5-year rule. To withdraw earnings tax-free, you must meet two conditions. The first is to be over 59 and a half and to have held the Roth account for at least 5 years. This 5-year clock begins January 1st of the tax year you made your first Roth contribution or conversion. So even if you're age 62, if your first Roth deposit was at age 60, you'll still owe taxes on any earnings withdrawn before age 65. Why is this important to know? Well, this timing issue becomes especially important at age 62 because you're old enough to avoid penalties, but you're also young enough to start planning before required minimum distributions begin at age 73 or age 75 if you were born after 1960. This makes it an ideal window to take advantage of Roth conversions and tax strategies. Many people delay Roth planning, thinking they'll get to it later, and in doing so, miss the window to start their 5-year clock early. Wait until age 67 or later might result in needing access to funds before they've aged 5 years, creating an unexpected tax bill. So let's give an example here. One client came to us at age 67. She wanted to convert part of her 401k into a Roth IRA and then begin withdrawing from those Roth accounts at age 67, assuming they would be tax-free. But that didn't leave enough time for the 5-year rule. Her earnings on those Roth withdrawals would have been taxed when she needed them most. We also had a different client who started conversions at exactly age 62. By 67, the funds had matured under that 5-year rule, allowing tax-free withdrawals later in retirement, allowing her to maximize her income while minimizing taxes and other potential penalties from other income sources. Understanding the 5-year rule is the foundation of knowing when or why you might want to consider Roth conversions. But the real power comes from timing your conversions correctly. That's what we'll cover next. What is the strategic conversion timing we tell 62-year-olds? Every Roth conversion starts its own 5-year clock. That means if you convert $50,000 in 2025, those dollars aren't fully accessible, tax-free that is, until 2030. So if you're 62 and want access by 67, you need to start converting now. We often recommend making conversions in January to maximize calendar year alignment. Why? Well, at age 62, most people are either still working and earning a strong income, or they're starting to scale back with few lower income years before claiming Social Security. Either way, this phase allows for intentional tax planning. A few conversations each year staying within your current tax bracket. Spreading conversions over time avoids tax spikes and builds a base of tax-free income for your future. And by starting at age 62, you give yourself a 10-year window before required minimum distributions force taxable withdrawals from your tax-deferred accounts. How can you structure an intentional tax planning strategy with Roth conversions? Convert early in the year for each 5-year clock to start on January 1st. You want to align conversions with your income peaks and valleys. Consider avoiding over-converting in high tax years, especially if you're still working. This timing strategy gives you flexibility. Let's look at two clients who took very different paths and what happened as a result. So let me introduce you to Mark. Mark came to us right after turning 61. He and his wife had about 1.2 million saved, most of it in a traditional IRA and 401k. He planned to retire around 67 and was looking for stability, predictability with their future tax picture. We calculated their portfolio income needs, what they would need to draw each year from their investments after taxes. Then we mapped out a Roth conversion strategy. We started by converting 40,000 in the first year. Each year after that, we made adjustments to account for tax bracket thresholds and income changes. Now, here's what's important. Mark understood that each of those conversions had its own 5-year clock. So when he retired at 67, only the first 2 conversions had matured at that time. That was okay because we had planned for it. He didn't need all 300,000 plus in Roth assets right away. He just needed to know what portion was ready and tax-free then. That advanced planning gave him flexibility. If the market dropped or if they needed an income boost one year, he had a ready-to-go tax-free bucket. Let's take a look at Linda. Linda also had strong savings. She had about 1.5 million, but she delayed Roth conversions until age 69. She didn't think she needed to touch the money. Then her daughter needed help with a down payment. Linda wanted to use the Roth dollars, but she had only started converting 2 years earlier. That meant the earnings portion of her withdrawals was taxable. She withdrew 40,000 to help, but 5,000 of that was considered earnings and she paid taxes she could have avoided with earlier planning. It wasn't catastrophic, but it was avoidable. That's why we say the Roth 5-year rule isn't just about taxes. It's about timing, liquidity, and flexibility. It's about building a retirement plan that responds to your life. Now that you understand how critical these planning elements are in creating an efficient retirement plan, fill out the questionnaire in the description and we'll send you a video analyzing your specific situation and show you how you can optimize your retirement plan. Let's discuss the contribution versus earnings distinction that confuses many pre-retirees. Another important nuance: Roth IRA contributions can always be withdrawn tax-free and penalty-free at any age. It's only earnings that are subject to the 5-year rule in age requirement. That means even if you're still within the 5-year window, you can access the contribution portions of your Roth without issue. The IRS uses ordering rules. Contributions come out first, then converted amounts. First in, first out by year. Then earnings. Why is this important to know? This distinction matters because it can give you access to some of your Roth money even while the 5-year clock runs. For 62-year-olds, that means you don't have to wait to use your Roth. You can still draw strategically, but you must track what's a contribution, what's a conversion, and what is growth. Most financial advisors gloss over this detail, leaving clients confused and vulnerable to surprise tax bills. Understanding that distinction provides flexibility. Now let's look at how the different 5-year rules can create confusion if not tracked properly. There are actually two separate 5-year rules. The contribution 5-year rule for earnings to be tax-free, and then the conversion 5-year rule for avoiding the 10% early withdrawal penalty on converted amounts if under age 59 and a half. Once you're over 59 and a half, the penalty rule no longer applies, but the earnings rule still does. Each conversion has its own 5-year clock. So if you do a conversion in 2025, 2026, and 2027, you'll be managing 3 separate timelines. Why is this important to know? If you're unaware of these rules, or worse, if your advisor is, it can lead to missteps, withdrawing too soon, triggering unexpected taxes, or losing access to funds when you need them. How can you avoid these missteps? By working with a financial advisor, one who focuses on retirement planning, who can document each Roth action, track separate 5-year clocks for every conversion, and coordinate your Roth plan with your income plan so each withdrawal supports your overall portfolio income needs. Now that you understand these retirement saving opportunities, let's make sure you can implement a better strategy for your specific situation. Click on the link below and get started on your personalized video assessment. Okay, so with all this in mind, how do you actually implement a Roth strategy that supports your retirement goals? Start by documenting every Roth contribution and conversion to know which rules apply. Designing a multi-year Roth conversion strategy. And coordinating Roth planning with Social Security, required minimum distributions, and traditional IRA withdrawals. Why? Because at the end of the day, Roth strategies aren't about avoiding taxes. It's about creating the most flexible, sustainable, and confident way to support your portfolio income needs. Every dollar you convert today is a tax-free option tomorrow. And at age 62, you have to build time. At age 62, you have time to build that future strategically. How do you do that? With the 365 retirement plan. We build a timeline showing when each Roth dollar becomes fully accessible. Create income layers that balance traditional and Roth accounts. Monitor your tax bracket every year and adjust the plan annually as markets, income, or goals shift. Now that you understand the critical Roth IRA rule we walk every 62-year-old client through, you can take control of your retirement with strategies that reduce future taxes, create flexibility during market volatility, and most importantly, protect your ability to meet your portfolio income needs. If you want help creating a personalized Roth IRA strategy that navigates these complex rules and maximizes your tax-free growth potential, fill out the questionnaire in the description and we'll send you a video analyzing your specific situation and show you how you can get started on planning your dream retirement. We'll see you in the next video.